At 1:15, the Ripper Hoaxer, Wearside Jack. First on 4, our social misfits face their demons at the Indian Finishing School, so expect strong language from the start.
Four badly behaved Brits have been sent halfway across the world to learn manners and good values at an Indian finishing school. Their first week was mayhem.
You see everyone, look! Oh, it's horrible!
Perfectly honest, getting a shoe signed by a white man has to be privileged.
Lee, Marissa, Anneka and Shane ripped up their uniforms.
How evil is that? But I'm an evil girl.
Stormed out of lessons.
I'm getting quite emotional at the moment. I think it's anger.
And corrupted their Indian classmates.
Can you get, like skunkies?
With only 1 week left to whip them into shape, head teacher Pria Warrick is at her wit's end.
I've never seen anything like this before.
It's the final week in the Indian finishing school where etiquette guru Pria Warrick is facing her biggest challenge yet. At the end of the week, the Brits must host a formal dinner party.
Very good, since there's going to be a lot of cutlery.
But will they be up to scratch?
Oh my God.
Last night, Priya paid a surprise visit to the students' flat to find they'd trashed it.
My God, what a mess. It's very sad to see that what we view in India as the British, with the right P's and Q's and the mannerisms and everything, is very contrary to what Britain is today.
This weekend, to teach them values, Priya's pulling out all the stops. She's sending them to live with 4 volunteer families, eager to show off their well-behaved Indian ways.
I'm expecting that the students, they would understand how disciplined a life is. They would understand the value of tolerance and compromise.
But already, the Brits are expecting trouble.
So I bet they don't speak fucking English.
I don't know if I'll be able to keep my cool with them or not.
If there's cockroaches in the bedroom and if there's even a bedroom, what the toilet's going to be like.
I'm fucking shitting a brick. And I'm talking about a breeze block and all. I'm not talking about a fucking little one.
19-year-old Marissa comes from a broken home. She rebels against authority and doesn't answer to men.
Dad of the household in India, like telling the girl what to do. I just tell him sort it out. I don't like men like that at all.
But her hosts, the Palvans, are staunchly patriarchal. The father and son are weighted on hand and foot by the mother and 3 daughters.
Nice to meet you. My name's Marissa.
The formality's over. Marissa's put straight to work with the women of the house.
Who cooks every day?
Yeah, every day.
Do you cook?
No, I don't know.
No?
Dad's at work, but when he returns, he's in for an ear bashing.
I think the men in the house take the piss out of the girls big time. I haven't met the dad of the family yet, and he sounds like a right control freak. He wants to be careful. Because I don't want to come in his house and start riots, but I've got to put my point across.
Stroppy whinger Anneka has been sent to a remote village, and already she's turning her nose up.
Stinks. It smells of shit, melted.
Anneka is a work-shy layabout. Although she likes her home in Uxbridge spotless, she won't lift a finger to help her mum.
If they moan at me about being spoilt, yeah, I do chuck in, well, you brought me up to be spoilt, so how can I change the way I am if you've brought me up I don't know any different? The worst thing that could happen is the toilet, I reckon. It's dirty, all the flies go down there, and it's disgusting.
She's staying with the Sharma family, but her visit could be short-lived.
Can I go and check out the bathroom? That's your bathroom? It's a shower, it's a dump. I can't stay here. I can't.
36-year-old Shane is going to the Bihar Govs, a family of 6 living in 2 small rooms in a poor Delhi suburb.
I know it sounds bigoted, but I wouldn't want to live with a poor family.
Shane's more used to weekends alone in Ramsbottom with just a pet tarantula for company. When he does go out, he's bad-mannered.
Excuse me.
And selfish.
I don't see why I should give up a seat on a bus, no matter who it is. So what if it's an old lady who gets on the bus? She's got on that bus free, I've paid for the privilege.
Mr. Bhargav couldn't be more different. He's dedicated his life to teaching the underprivileged. His charity doesn't stop there. When Shane arrives, he offers up the only double bed.
When the guest comes to our home, guests are sleeping on bed, and we people are sleeping on the floor.
I wouldn't expect my worst enemy to actually live in a place like this. There's something in me at the moment which just wants to get up and run.
Shane's ingratitude doesn't escape the notice of his host.
In my whole life, I never met any Britishers who were not having time for manners and all. This is a sad thing for me.
Lee's been billeted with former flying ace squadron leader Goswami. His religious family are sure to disapprove of Lee's promiscuous ways. 24-year-old Lee is a rampant Lothario who cruises the pubs and bars of Reading.
Just a one-night stand and out to bed as many as you can and notch up your numbers. Meet up, do the deed and you're gone.
Speak to you later.
After making himself at home, he wastes no time giving granddaughter Sonali a lesson in Western promiscuity.
It's different in England where you can have meaningless sex. You go out, you meet someone, you like them, they like you, you jump into bed and you're home.
Can I just ask you that how many girls you have slept with?
Probably about 180, 190 women.
All right.
And it's rising.
To be very frank and honest, if you don't mind, I think that you are a bit Casanova, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're getting married, so don't expect that you'll be getting a girl who's virgin, right?
So to be honest, I don't think there's many virgins left in England.
So you would suggest just fucking forget, right?
Basically, yeah.
Actually, to be very frank and honest, I was actually shocked when he said that I've slept around with 180 to 190 girls. And right now he's also waiting for the 191st girl.
Good night, everyone. I'll see you in the morning.
Anneka is still refusing to use the Sharma's Indian Kazi, so the family take her to a nearby hostel.
Is that a cow?
Yeah.
They're doing their best, but Anneka's not easy to please.
It's a toilet.
Matt, man, I told you, it's like, what is the point? Like, moving me to somewhere which is exactly the same but dirtier. If you think I'm sleeping here, you've got nothing coming, I'll walk out. It's scummy, it's disgusting, and I'm not sleeping
It's a nice place for you.
Nice place? I don't think so. I would not expect my dog to sleep in there, not a fucking human being. Those people who live in there, I don't know how they do it. Disgusting. I'd rather walk the streets for the rest of the night, I really would.
Coming up, Priya serves up a mouthful.
Shining.
Shining!
The girls dish it out.
If you was on fire, I would not piss on you, all right?
And you fucking smashed it, bro. You're a fucking prick.
And Shane's had enough.
This precise minute in time, if you ask me what I want to do, I want to go home now.
Four badly behaved Brits are spending the weekend living with Indian families to learn the virtues of self-discipline, respect and good manners. Reading Romeo Lee is staying with the highly religious Goswamis.
Woke
up this morning about 6:15-ish, where the Indians are very get up and yoga and pray and spiritualist, and it's not something I could see me getting used to be honest.
Lee's weekends are normally devoted to booze and football.
Oh, you fucker!
The only praying he does is when his team go a goal down.
Oh, you fuckers!
Sort of topic of conversation I usually talk about is usually related around drink, sex. It's going to be difficult for me to actually strike up a conversation with them if they're talking about God and stuff.
But on Sundays in the Goswami household, even bed-bound grandma goes to temple. And the squadron leader is keen for Lee to join them.
I've never been to a temple before, and it's like a praying hall, as I call it, so I've no idea what to expect.
But it looks like Lee's narrow-mindedness will stop him from ever finding out.
I will walk up with her, but I'm not actually going to go in. I'm not doing the prayer, so... Basically, I don't think I'm spiritual side at all. No, quite frankly, I don't care. If you're going to pray the English way and a quick prayer before bed lasts 10 seconds, there's a lot better things you can do with your life than sat there cross-legged, looking at a statue, chanting a load of mumbo-jumbo, really.
In the Palvan house, Marissa's had enough of doing chores.
Half 9, I've been up for 5, 6, 7, 4.5 hours. I feel like shit.
She's sizing up for a row over the role of the women in the house. She'll have to take a fight to the head of the family, Mr. Palvan, a former wrestling champ.
I'm quite wary of Dad. I don't know whether me and Dad are going to get along. Namaste, ab kaisi ho?
He explains that in India there are clearly defined family roles and selfless dedication is seen as a virtue.
There's nothing sturdy in my life with family. It makes you think the head of the house, if they're strong and they raise their children the way they do, it makes their children strong. Boo.
How do you feel to leave this place? Sad or happy?
Sad.
Sad. How many times?
Now I've met this Indian family. It's going to make me a better person because I'm seeing things and believing in family life now.
Bye, Marissa.
Bye.
Bye. We'll miss you.
Bye, I'll miss you too. See you later.
After dumping her family for a hotel, Anneka's regretting last night's behaviour.
I did kick up a fuss and caused a bit of trouble, and I felt really guilty, but I can't take it back now. I would never have thought, if you asked me a month ago, oh, do you appreciate like having the toilet, I would have been like, no. And now it's come to be a really big thing with me.
The weekend's over, but they haven't seen the last of their Indian families. The Brits don't know it yet, but at the end of the week, they'll host a formal party to which all the families will be invited.
See you all. Take care.
But for now, it's back to the school where Priya's taken some drastic measures.
Good afternoon to all of you.
Last week, the Brits shared their classes with Indian students and lost no time leading them astray.
I think we're bringing out the worst in them rather than them putting the better in us.
Priya's determined to avoid a repeat performance. She sent the Indians home.
The mental level of both the groups that we have are a little different.